This is that yellowjacket nest we were messing with in a previous video. After we left it alone, it looks like something went medieval on it. Something turned that nest into what now looks like a post-apocalyptic war zone. And this guy looks guilty. A lot of people in the comments gave great suggestions on what to do about yellowjackets, but I wanted to leave it alone, put the trail camera up here to see if a bear or a skunk or something would take care of it. Let's find out what's on the camera, see what happened here to turn that thriving yellowjacket nest into a big old mess. I knew that skunk had a guilty look. Fortunately for the skunk, we spent the last few days messing with the nest, so by now the yellowjackets should be on guard, primed, and ready for any attack. That should be good for the skunk to give it more of a challenge. And from the looks of it, that skunk is already getting in on some of the challenge. The opening of the nest is right above the middle of the screen. If it can find the hole and dig down into the nest, a large nest full of protein-rich yellowjacket larvae is a big score for a skunk. But it's looking a little off target off to the left. If only it wasn't for those pesky adult yellowjackets who keep interfering. They can be nutritious too, so you might as well take advantage of them, snack on them in the process. You just have to be careful. Sometimes they can be a little spicy going down. Uh-oh, I just looked ahead at the next clip. We have big trouble on the way. How many of you can honestly say you ever had the thought that it would be a good idea to get in a fight with somebody right on top of a yellowjacket nest? But maybe that's because I've never tried yellowjacket larvae, and I just don't fully understand what I'm missing out on. I never did learn to speak or understand the language of skunkese, but I think that was all just a fancy way of saying, this is my yellowjacket nest, I found it first, you need to go find your own yellowjacket nest. Which apparently it got its point across, and the other one left to go find its own yellowjacket nest. Well, looks like they're both going to have to go find their own yellowjacket nest, because here comes Guido, the big skunk. Everybody knows you don't mess with Guido. He's the big skunk. But there's nothing says you can't just stand by. Let him do all the work. Let him do all the digging. Let him deal with all the stinging yellowjackets. Either way you do it, it seems like digging up yellowjackets would be a tough way to have to make a living. It helps me appreciate things like grocery stores. But it can be a tough world out there. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. After a few hours of digging and battling with yellowjackets, the little one decides maybe Guido is wore out now. He won't be such a tough guy. While he's fighting with those yellowjackets, maybe I can get on his good side, help him out a bit. Guido appreciates the help, but he still has to let him know he's still a tough guy. Well, if you're going to be that way about it, you can go back to digging and dealing with those yellowjackets on your own, which he did until about 5 o'clock in the morning. They got up early the next night, hoping this will be the night they finally dig down into the good stuff. But it appears they still haven't worked out their inter-skunkial relationship. Despite all the inter-skunkial conflict, it looks like the big one might be making some progress. Might be getting down into the nest. By now they may have eaten so many of the yellowjackets, there might not be that many left to defend the nest, which might be part of their strategy. While you're digging, you might as well eat all the yellowjackets that come out to defend the nest. Seems like a good way to utilize all of the resource. Then when you get down into the nest to eat all the larvae, there won't be that many yellowjackets left to defend it. It looks like it might be pulling out a big chunk of nest, the comb where all the larvae is. And look who showed up just in time. You know, I'm starting to change my mind. I don't think that's Guido. I don't think there is a Guido. I think the big one might be the mother. The two smaller ones might be her young kits. So yeah, never mind all that stuff I said earlier. I think I may have just made all of that up. She may not be the nicest mother, but she's teaching those kids some boundaries. Get out of my face while I'm trying to dig up our dinner. It looks like they're all pulling out pieces of nest, then pulling it aside to go eat the larvae out of it. Then come back and fight over more. Some people think they dig these nests up to get honey, but there is no honey. It's bees that make honey, not yellowjackets. Yellowjackets are a type of a wasp. They are not bees. The next night they came back to get what was left of it, but after the last 3 nights, there's not much left. It's getting to be slim picking. Now it's really time to put up a good fight over the last few morsels. We're digging through what's left of the rubble on the bottom of the nest now. Like that famous old skunk saying goes, no yellowjacket left behind. Now here's something you just don't see every day. How many of you can honestly say you've ever been in a fight with one of your siblings inside a yellowjacket nest? These are just some of the life experiences you miss out on by not being a skunk. After that, it was pretty much just more of the same until they were fighting over what little scraps were left of it. When that was gone, the happy little family wandered off to go find the next yellowjacket nest. And they all lived happily ever after, except for the yellowjackets. They were completely annihilated. This is all that's left of their nest. It looks like a war zone. Not a single yellowjacket left in sight. Now, what's the moral of this story? I think we have 3 obvious ones here. 1, if you get in a fight with somebody on top of a yellowjacket nest, it doesn't appear anything particularly bad is going to happen. 2, if you get in a fight with somebody inside a yellowjacket nest, it also doesn't appear anything particularly bad is going to happen. 3, if you don't like yellowjackets, be sure and support your local skunk.